Today I'm going to be speaking to you about getting advice at the police station, legal advice. Primarily two ways that you could be spoken to by the police. Firstly, voluntarily, where the police make an appointment with you and you can attend at the police station. Suggest that you get legal advice beforehand and arrange a solicitor to come with you. Alternatively is when somebody is arrested and they're taken to the police station and then processed and then interviewed in due course. All legal advice at the police station is free. You don't get much for free these days, but a solicitor, accredited rep, is free, and it is essential that you get proper legal advice and assistance when you are in a police station. The police will often tell you that there will be a delay if you want legal advice. Don't believe that. We are contractually obliged to be there within 45 minutes. Very often when you attend by appointment, your solicitor can attend with you at the same time. If you've been arrested, it is impossible for the police to be ready within 45 minutes. You have to be processed, and they often prepare an interview plan, which means they have more than ample time to let us know when we need to be at the police station to help you. Duty solicitors. Lots of people are under the misapprehension that duty solicitors are rubbish. They don't know, they're in cahoots with the police. That's not true. Everybody who is qualified to be at the police station for legal advice and assistance, be it a solicitor or an accredited representative, they are nothing to do with the police at all, and we all take it in turns to be on the duty scheme. It's just a rota. So when you think or you hear people saying, oh, the duty solicitors are rubbish, that's wrong. We are all duty solicitors. We take it in turns on a rota system to ensure that there is 365 days a year, 24 hours a day cover. Solicitor or accredited rep. A solicitor and an accredited rep all have to undergo a level of training or competency to represent you in the police station. Not everybody is a solicitor. Accredited reps are people who have undergone training and attended courses and are just as qualified as a solicitor to give you the correct advice and assistance. You can get advice over the telephone, but I would strongly urge you to have advice in person. It is much better. Sometimes there are cases where we will give you advice on the telephone, for example, giving of samples, etc. But for an interview, 100%, I would strongly urge you to have a solicitor or accredited rep there in person. Getting the right legal advice can have massive consequences. You can be no further actioned at the earliest opportunity if the interview is conducted properly. Some people decide they don't need a solicitor in interview and they speak to the police and they end up getting charged with an offence, which, if they'd got the correct legal advice, they may or may not have spoken to the police and would have ended up without any charges being brought. Get advice at the earliest opportunity. It is free. Being in a police station can be upsetting, it can be daunting, traumatic, annoying, frightening. As I've said, the legal advice you're going to get is free. Sometimes we're simply there to give moral support. We sit on the same side of the table as you. We are on your side, and everything that you say to us is confidential. The police often use terminology that is confusing. For example, they undertake an interview under caution. The caution is a complicated legal definition. We will explain that to you in terms that you can understand. But they also use the word caution for when you are being given a reprimand or a disciplinary where you admit an offence but you don't need to go to court. So there is a caution and there is the caution, and that can be confusing. They also have words like NFA. NFA can mean no further action, i.e. the charges are dropped or dismissed, but it can also mean no fixed abode. How do you know which one they're talking about? That's why it's essential that we are there to ensure that you understand everything that's going on. Speaking in an interview, the police give us what's called disclosure. That can be done verbally or in a written document. That will decide on what advice we give you as to how to conduct the interview. The interview can either be you can speak, you can sit there in silence or answer no comment, or you can have a written statement read out on your behalf and then answer no comment in the interview. The advice that we give depends on the level or the extent of the disclosure that's given by the police. And again, sometimes they don't give enough information to justify you speaking in any case. Outcomes. When you are released from a police station, potentially, that happens in most cases, you will either be released no further action, given a date and time to return to the police station on bail, with or without conditions, or you'll be charged with an offence, or released under investigation. And again, that can be confusing. If you have legal representation in the police station, we are contractually obliged to write to you, setting out everything that's gone on, what's been said against you, what you've said back, and what those terms exactly mean. Please keep us informed. The police say that they keep us informed. Invariably, they don't. So we very rarely know who the officer in the case is, because that's not the person necessarily that deals with you in the police station. But if you keep us informed of dates, times, venues, we can then keep a close eye on your case. Very often, having a legal support in the police station can result in what's called an out-of-court disposal, which means a caution, and very often would mean that you don't need to go through the whole court process. Keep us updated. It's free. Use us. It's in your interest to have legal representation at the police station.